issues with the side screen, umpire signal. Yes, we're all good to go now. Yeah, projected scores, there's 308. I think they're going to need a lot more than that. 320, maybe 320 will be the ideal total to defend here. They've got once again an issue with the side screen. Okay, now we're all good to go, Iran. So yeah, Tilak Verma has a job to do. He needs to bat the 50 overs. He needs to see his team through.
Smashes it with power. That raced away like a tracer bullet. Flashing out, fielding Dambulla does the rest.
Yeah, short and wide. That was a hit. The ball was asking to be hit. No one behind square on that off-stump boundary, offside boundary rather. That was way outside off-stump and equally well played by Tilak Verma. India needed that. And Tilak Verma moves on to 47. He's playing a captain's knock. He needs to make sure he gets a big one here.
Just the one run. Just the one run, 240 on the board for the loss of 4 wickets.
Can do. This is what Tilak Verma will bring into the table. Get a single, keep rotating the strike. It's a right-hand, left-hand combination. Unsettle the bowler's line, unsettle the bowler's line. These are little things that really come into play at the end of the total.
250 up for India into the 41st over. Last 30 balls, 28 runs, 3 fours and a 6. So if they're getting into a stage where they're looking to step on the gas, Shed came into perfect foil, I must say, for Tilak Verma. It's very solid at the other end, doesn't he?
Looking for two. They've run the first one fast and they're coming back. This is good running. This is very good running from Shejge and Verma. And also for a moment, Roshan, I thought, because Shejge just had a glance on the onside before that ball was delivered. So I think he had a quick look and found out where exactly his fielders were.
Yeah, clever batting, isn't it? Really had a real presence of mind. Just dropped it and ran to. This is really clever batting. They've scored 8 runs already in the over.
Again, the call is for 2. But this time, the call is for 2. They'll have to be happy with 1. And that is the end of the over. It's 2-5-4-4. We kept on talking and talking many times. This is the sacred Dambu cave temple, or known as the Dambu Vihara, which is a tourist attraction in Sri Lanka, and a lot of tourists come in to this part of the country to watch, to see these places.
Part of the culture. Sri Lanka has such a rich heritage and culture, and Dambu epitomizes it with what it carries. You spoke about the cave temple. You spoke about
इसको काट देना इसके ऊपर मेरे पापा दुकान है
And also the irrigation, Roshan, just want to how they pump water up to that rock. Those are amazing.
I don't want to even think. It blows my mind.
कौन कर रहा है? ये लो, कौन का पत्थर मारा पत्थर है?
यार बता इधर कोई नहीं।
मैं तो मालूम नहीं कि उसको भागेगी इधर से।
4, it was 309 at one stage. We were thinking 320, but I think the Afghan bowlers have pulled it back a lot with dots.
And also the reason the new batsman in, they've targeted him well, they've kept the dot balls with him, they've not allowed him to cross over with the single and big Varma on strike. Now, Varma has been off strike for a little while.
Yeah, that's good cricket. That's exactly the point. I think you make a very, very good point there because they have bowled more to Nishant. He's faced 8 deliveries for 2. Tilak Varma at the other end starving for the strike because ideally Nishant should be looking to get Tilak Varma on strike to give the set batter more opportunities, more deliveries to face. But instead, Afghanistan has been very good, very smart, bowling more to the new batter. And they still don't get a single. So they have just conceded a wide and bowled, what, 4 dots? 5 dots. This is brilliant. We're talking what, 43rd over.
So there you go. That's also good fielding. And also the good thing is that they got those fielders on the offside, inside the ring, up, they're not at the edge of the single. They're cutting the single. They're not allowing Nishant to cross over. What do they do here? And yeah, they take a single. I think that's what Afghanistan wanted. It's the end of the over, 258 for 5. Yeah, this is the batting card. A 58 at the top for Arya. Varma's got 56. Kumar made 58. Starts for Vaibhav and Rutraj. They've all contributed to get to that 259 for 5. But something that I really want to emphasize here, Roshan, is that the teams the batting second have been the ones who have won all the game, except for the first game. But that also I feel that Sri Lanka should have won that game chasing. I think the reason for that is most of these teams are not having those wicket-taking bowlers in the middle part of the innings from 10 to 40, and that's been a key for all these 3 teams. Zaid Khan will start a fresh over. And again, but this time they managed to get the single, get Varma on strike. And they're coming back for 2. So Tilak Varma has the confidence in Nishant that he will start to get things moving. But at the moment, he's not really there. But coming back to the other point, Roshan, about the bowling.
Yeah, I think that's something that we've all noticed, isn't it? The Indian, or in fact, batting of all 3 teams have been very good. Bowling has struggled. Though we've seen glimpses. If you take the leg spinner of India, he's very good. He's someone who has potential. I think Zahir, amongst the spinners, the wrist spinners, the mystery he brings into his game. And then V.S. Khan, the leg spinner of Sri Lanka. And then the young man, the fast bowler, Mathulan. I mean, he bowled the crucial over in that super over where he had to hold his nerve and bowled against some really quality players. So we've seen a little bit of glimpses of some quality bowling, but overall I think it's more a batters tournament than really a more balanced tournament, this eight-team series.
Now, you see, Tilak Verma is batting at ease. He just gets a single very comfortably. And he's got Nishant back on strike. So Nishant needs to push that single, get Verma on strike, because we've seen the boundaries dry up a little.
So I think Nishant is in the side because he's a good player. And what Afghanistan needs to do at this stage is to make use of the fact that he's just in. Not that he cannot play the big shot. Once he settles in, we will see the range. So I think Tilak Verma knows that. So he's just allowing Nishant to just settle in and play his game, and then let him maybe express himself come the last 4 to 5 overs. Let's see.
Tilak Verma is still very happy to work that single and get Nishant on strike. Maybe they're holding it back till about the 45th over for the launching part of it.
And also I feel Tilak Verma is looking to bat through the 50 overs. And he's with his experience, come the last 3 overs, 18 balls, you can still make a lot out of it. So this is a game that has evolved and gone to another level, Kosala. It's very difficult to predict this game because there's so much that goes through a player's mind, whether you're a batter or a bowler.
Get a single again. And they come back for the second. There was a diving effort at short extra, but it missed him. They come back for 2. Nishant gradually not getting into the groove. That will be the end of the over. 267 for 5. 44 done.
We got 6 overs left, or 36 balls to be precise, Abdullah. Abdullah 1 for 45. He's bowled extremely well, 8 overs. He's mixed it up. Now the projected score is still over 300, which is still quite defendable for India. Last 30 balls, it's slowed down. 11 dots and just 23 runs. So that's a victory for Afghanistan in that little phase of cricket. And these are important phases of the game. That's called a wide. For a moment, I thought that was a very good delivery, but yeah, that's because I think Afghanistan bowlers are bowled with good control. They bowl wicket to wicket. I like the length that Abdullah has bowled, just back of a length. And he's a tall lad. He's looked to mix it up into the pitch we saw. Pace on, pace off. Plenty of variety. So it challenges the batter. And yeah, they've done well to sort of pull it back. So if they can keep it to about 300, I feel Afghanistan will be very pleased with their work, particularly in the last 10 overs.
Again, it's just a single. And the good thing is, if you see that Abdullah, he's got 3 boundary riders on the onside, and he's bowling into the service with the left hand and into the body. So he's always got protection down there, unless the batsman decides to clear the rope.
No, so that's why I said they're bowling to a plan. They're fully seized of what is required of them. And Abdullah looks a good prospect to bowl at the death because he's bowling with good control. And this time, yes, he's gone. I think this is Tilak Varma. He was frustrated. They were bowling to, as you said, at the batter and really cramping the batters for room. And this time, when he saw that ball wide of the off stump, his eyes lit up, went hard, found the outside edge, and the Indian captain goes.
Yeah, very good work from the Afghanistan bowlers. Tilak Varma was throwing the kitchen sink at them, but didn't find enough. His edge hit. He's gone for 59. India are 271 for 6. Six down for 271. I think Tilak Varma getting out at the wrong time for India A with 33 balls remaining. Vipraj Nigam walks into the crease, the new batter. I think he's another capable batter who can hit that ball very long. And he showed it in the previous games, got a half century, can handle the death overs, can handle the pressure. And with India, we're struggling at 143 for 7. He stood up. Good afternoon, Santosh.
Good afternoon, Rajiva. Yes, India losing their way a little bit in the last few overs, losing their skipper, set batsman as well. It's going to be important these two batters bat the 50 overs. Not going to be easy. Vipraj, the new batter.
Gets off the mark with a gentle push. Abdullah has been having a very good run with India A. The previous game, he captured 5 wickets. And once again, ball into the field, outside the off stump, no feet movement, just throwing at it. And going for a while, swing on the offside, got the outside edge. Tilak Varma getting another half century. And he doesn't look happy. And Abdullah is rewarded with another wicket. Now he has had 7 wickets against India A in one-day cricket in the 2 outings. Yes, one might say he's a touch expensive in his figures. Yeah, very good stuff right on the block call there. And despite the 2 wides, this over fairly decent because they got the big fish.
Yeah, big moment in the game. Talking about Abdullah as well, Rajiv. Yes, he's been expensive, touched on the expensive side in both games, but the good part of him, what he's done right, is he's attacked. He has been Afghanistan attacking bowler, wicket taking bowler, so he's done that well. And that's why he's been successful. India, 274 for 6 at the end of the 45th over.
crucial time. Zaire Khan into the attack to bowl his last over, 52 for 1. The only wicket for him in this series. 30 balls remaining for India A. I reckon, yes, capable of getting 40-45 runs will get them to 320. I think the bowlers will be a little comfortable, Santush, with 320 on board. Oh, lovely delivery. Spun and got some bounce. Bowled a little slower through the air.
Yep, the wicket's turning now. Indian bowlers, spinners will be licking their lips, Rajiv. But yes, India, they need to first get to 320. 45 more runs in the next 30 balls is what they need to target. It's a must. Oh, beautiful. One in, one out. Vipraj has no idea where it's turning.
Yeah, clever. The wrong one. After that stock delivery, completely deceiving the batter there. This is what the wrong one. Pitches on the off stump, maybe middle. Lot of turn, sharp turn. Goes aerial, lofts it nicely. Couple of runs, good running. This is good running. Despite the two dot deliveries, they want to cope up with the run rate. Vipraj Nigam can handle it. He can handle. Oh, some of the fans coming in. They want 100 so far. Oh, the switch hit comes in. The reverse sweep. Oh, lovely. Great work in the cover point boundary. And they will go upstairs to check. And just a couple of runs. Well timed dive onto the left side. So 2 doubles in the over so far. 4 balls, 4 runs. Yes. I haven't seen those boundaries in the latter part of the over, just the singles coming in. But again, the wrong one. I feel the Afghanistan bowlers, they have done a good job not giving those boundary balls.
Yeah, considering the way they started, Rajiv, India, they were going all guns blazing in the first power play. So Afghanistan bowlers have done a good job picking the wickets, creating the pressure, and pulling things back. At time he goes for the sweep, that's in the gap. He will get around it. Going for the second, that's good running. So 3 doubles in that over, 6 runs. And India 280 for 6 at the end of the 46th over.
So Abdullah has been very good. Despite he's been a little expensive, Zaire Khan finishes off his quota. And Abdullah will bowl his last over from the Combox end. 9 overs, 52 for 2. Yes, he was expensive in the start of his spell. Pulling it through now. 4 fielders on the leg side boundary. Ball. Happy with the single there.
Yeah, I like this field setting from Abdullah. changing the pace as well, making the batsman go towards the longer boundary. Got four fielders out there, but now it will be interesting how we proj handles Abdullah. 24 overs remain. You need to score runs at the same time. You need to have wickets in hand, because if you lose a couple of wickets here, India is not going to be able to get even to the 300 mark. So a very interesting battle between Vipraj and Abdullah.
Outside edge, over the keeper's heads. And much needed boundary for India A. Pulling into the surface there. And that's Vipraj's first boundary.
Well, firstly, it's a good ball. Ball is slow delivery into the wicket. He knew he's not going to be pitching anything up with mid-off up in the circle. And unfortunately, Vipraj getting an outside edge, and it goes down to 4. So can't take anything away from Abdullah, but much needed boundary for India.
How disappointed Abdullah would have been with these outside edges of a very good ball. Oh, slaps it straight to the fielder. On this occasion, Vipraj will be disappointed because he couldn't place it after striking it so firmly.
Yeah, Abdullah will feel lucky enough to escape that, because that was pitched up with mid-off up in the circle. That's clearly a wrong ball for the wrong field.
Was that off the back? Was that off the back? Wait and see. No. Leg pass given by umpire Soisa. He was very much short fine fielder, was inside and hitting outside for sure. Want to go for that paddle, the reverse, not the reverse, the paddle, the guide, the ramp they call it. Into the bats once again. Loud. Maybe down the line.
Yeah, good bowling. Very good bowling from Abdullah. Got a plan. Control now. It's not about picking wickets for Afghanistan. They know these two batters can hit the long ball. They know these two batters can take the game away from them. So it's about damage control. Let's credit to Abdullah.
I think there was an inside edge there. Runs given. 7 runs so far. Last ball is spelled Abdullah. 2 for 58 so far. Picked up a 5 against India A in the previous game. Lovely shot. Lofted over mid-off. And the field is running after it, but that was struck nice and firm.
Yeah, once again, pitching it up with mid-off up in the circle. That was a hit by ball. That boundary ends the 47th over. India 291 for 6.
कंपनी में चाबी दे दिला से पापा जाता नहीं बोरो गली 800 रुपया में काम करे हम पानी पे खाना ना पढ़ देना
For the 7th wicket, Vipraj Nigam buck the score with 16 off him. Nishant has been a silent fiddle, silent character. Second fiddle, I would say, in this 7th wicket stand. His last over, 11 runs. I think missing the length. Abdullah, he's done with his quota, 10 overs, 2 for 62. Safi, into the surface. I think that's the ideal length, ideal pace, bowling into the wicket with your field nicely set it up.
And that's the way to go. This is the previous boundary. Last ball of the previous over. Mid-off up in the circle. Short extra up in the circle. Just helping it on its way.
I think he tried that Yorker. Ultimately, Vipraj staying very deep in his crease. Slow ball once again into that gap. Couple of runs. for Nishant Sindhu. With 16 balls remaining, Santhu's last 12 deliveries, they managed to get 17 runs with a couple of boundaries off the bat of Vipraj Nikam. He has shown some intent, he has shown some aggression in the last few overs. This is the firing time. Down the track, oh, outside edge. Get another couple.
Yeah, good bowling. Credit should be given to the Afghanistan ball. Yes, they haven't been able to be successful enough to cut down on the boundaries and the doubles, but they're bowling well. Into the wicket, slow balls, making it difficult for the two batters out there. Abdullah did the same in the previous over. We did see that. Now Safi is done well. It's about damage control, like I mentioned before. So down 5 runs, all 2 balls to go. Rajiv coming.
Well, India, they haven't learned from the mistake they did in the previous game. And once again, the batters running on the surface. 10 penalty runs were given in the previous game. Take a look at this. Right in the middle. There you go. I wonder where they got the warning from the umpire. Oh, trying to go for the ramp once again. So how costly would that 10 runs be in that super over game a couple of days ago? Because the batters were running on the pitch not only once, twice.
Yeah, Vipraj gave him the carpet on both occasions. But he did create the opportunities to pick the wickets of Sadir, Samarik and Manudusan in the same over. But unfortunately, both catches were missed.
Into the pitch once again. Yeah, going for the second run. Definitely they will go upstairs.
Backward or forward. But is grounded inside. Made my decision. Can you focus the light? Not.
Yeah, well home. Vipraj Nikam there. So, couple of more runs. 48 done, 298 for 6. With 2 overs remaining. I think Safi bowled a very good over, the 40th over, just conceding 7 runs without a boundary. And now, this is what happened. Big heave towards that leg side and then running for the second run. I think that bounce, maybe a direct hit, would have had Vipraj Nikam in trouble. Once again, just a single.
Yeah, they need to go now, the two Indian batters. They've got 4 wickets in hand. They've got Anukul Roy to come. So they need to take capital use of the next 11 balls. Vipraj, he can hit the big sixes, he can hit the long ball. A couple of sixes and will definitely put them in the driver's seat.
The 2 boundaries for Vipraj Nikam. Nishant Sindhu has faced 23 deliveries for his 19, has not even scored a boundary yet. So the boundaries are the matter. It's very crucial to get boundaries in this latter part of the overs. Once again, 1 bounce for. It was wide, asking for trouble with the field in the ring on the offside backward square. And Vipraj Nikam gets a boundary and 300 on board for India A.
There's one of your boundaries, Rajiv. You were asking for that, and it was a poor ball. No one behind square on the offside. Easily. It was easy pickings for Vipraj Nigam. They need a couple of more of those, and they'll go into the dressing room, go into the break with a lot of confidence and momentum.
Yeah, definitely, that's a poor delivery outside the off stump. And Faruddin has been very expensive. Good ball. But into the gap. Fielder running after it. And back-to-back boundaries for Vipraj Nigam. He's on a different role and showing that aggression. Much needed boundaries, especially in the latter part. And he delivers it perfectly.
Yeah, shuffle to the leg, created some room and squeezed that York out and managed to get a boundary. That's really good batting, really intelligent batting from Vipraj Nigam. Good effort from the field, unfortunately. It went to the boundary, but back-to-back boundaries like you mentioned, Rajiv.
Change the field. The point fielder drops back into deep point. I think this is a good option for Faruddin because both the boundaries were previously scored in that area. Oh, goes aerial. One bounce to the field, just a single. Projected score says 307. I would say 320 plus with 9 balls remaining. Anything over 320 will give that Liberty the advantage, especially for the spinners because this surface seems to be very good for batting. I haven't seen the ball much of turn, but apart from the wrist spinner, Zahir Khan. 10 runs off this over, the penalty mat over. Oh, misses it. And they crosses for a bye. Nishant still struggling to get that boundary. His first one.
Yeah, hasn't found his rhythm. Has not found his timing as well as he would have liked to. But this partnership has helped India get to 300, and we got 7 more balls. Yeah, you see once again into the wicket, slow ball again. Not arriving. Batsman was a little too early on that occasion once again. So good stuff.
Good delivery. Very good delivery. But yet, 12 runs coming off the penalty mat over. 310 for 6.
अरे भाई लाइक कर दो भाई लाइक कर दो
Shafi will bowl the last over. In India innings, 310 for 6.
लाइक करो भाई
I think Vipraj Nigam will have to face the bulk of the bowling.
लाइक करो भाई लाइक तो
In his
करते
last
नहीं
6
यार
balls, got 4 boundaries in his 28. He is a capable batter with 3 fielders on the ropes on the leg side. Oh, lovely shot. But going for the second run. This is good running. Like I mentioned, he needed that strike. He is a capable batter, Vipraj Nigam.
Very good presence of mind from the 2 batters out there. They saw the field coming a lot slower than usual, and they knew that he had to take the strike. That's really good run and really valuable runs for Team India. 5 more balls they need to capitalize.
He has contributed well. 19 balls for his 30. I think this is what India needed, someone to step in this pinch hitting overs. A lovely shot. Oh no, that's high up in the air. Well, that slow ball does the trick for Shafi. For a moment I thought it struck right on the middle, but that hand coming off because it was a slower delivery. And Time to break through in the last over for Shafi.
Good change of pace. Was through with the shot with Prajnikam. And fairly easy catch for the fielder. A big breakthrough with Prajnikam. Had a very good cameo. 30 of 20. India 3-1-2-7.
लाइक करो भाई लाइक
New batter walking in Anukul Roy. Left-hander. He is a capable batter. Also, Santosh who can hit that ball. Hit that ball very long. The two left-handers out there. This with the slower delivery once again into the pitch, not coming onto the bat, going through with the shot there. And Rajnikam was way shorter in the boundary line. It was Kaya. Very well judged catch. Now the track over point fielder. And this is what Anukul Roy is capable of. And first ball boundary for Anukul Roy.
What a shot from Anukul Roy, dancing down the track of the very first ball he faced. He knew exactly where he wanted to place that ball. And you see pace on offer and slicing it, carving it over the point fielder's head and getting a bounce. Important boundary, valuable runs for Team India in the latter part.
I think he should be very much aware. Pace on and the latter part with the field set up nicely. And he bowled outside the off stump as well. And with three fielders on the leg side, I reckon he should be bowling stumps down. Or maybe into the pitch. The slow ball should come into play. Especially length deliveries, pace on. Batters would love the ball to come on. Again, the slow delivery. This is what I'm talking about. And then the batters crosses over for a bye.
Yeah, much better from Safi. That's what he should have done in the previous ball as well. Don't give pace on for the batters. There's rolling his fingers over. Just sticking on the wicket. And the wicket keeper, unfortunately, had 3 stumps to aim, but he missed. He had all the time in the world as well.
I'll tell you, Nishant Sindhu was way shorter. He was right in the middle of the surface. And missing with inches of that stump. Can he get a boundary? Last 2 balls coming up. Oh, struck nicely into that gap once again. Maybe pushing for the second run. Well, is it a direct hit? We'll go upstairs.
Batter for an out. I don't angle, please. I need to look at the breaking of the wicket. Have got anything else? That is not clear. Can you give me the long shot, please?
आप अगर बाबा की
Long
अगर
shot.
बाबा का आपने कि मंगर का हम आई थे अगर जैक का तो चला वो आई में तो उनसे ज़्यादा आप
Take
कहाँ
it backward. Couple of minutes. Go backward. Yeah, go forward. Frame by frame.
रवि से कहीं भी से शुक्रवार के आवा
Go back to the side on angle, please. Take it backward. One more frame back. Or forward.
गिलास लेके अब हम
Ball is touching the stumps.
बम्बई में बरसे का सीजन
Bells are off.
गिरते ना है तो
Batter is outside. I have made my decision. Can you focus the lights?
Pushing for the second run there. I think Anupul Roy. I think few inches short there, Santosh. And he has to walk back, preventing that second run. Lovely timing. Ball coming in, going for the second run. Good throw, flat throw. The bounce was way much comfortable enough for the bowler to dislodge the stumps. Anukul Roy departs for 4. Yeah, 18 right.
लोग दे सब पियो या खेले हाँ दे थोड़ा दे
अब ये बरसे और से कुछ ना है
Ashok Kambo's new batter, but he will not face a single unless there's some extras. Nishan.
गिलास में थोड़ा और सब पी लेते दे थोड़ा इन लोग
A flat batted shot. Are they going for the second run? What happened? A confusion, but and that's a shutdown for India A after Afghanistan A winning the toss. In the allocated fifth.
I still feel that India will be happy with where they stand in this game. 3-1-8, 3-1-9 rather. To defend is quite a defendable total on this surface. And on the other hand, Afghanistan, they did a good job curtailing the run for the latter part of the innings. They got wickets, they created the pressure. And India, 1 point, we're looking at 333 4. Ended up with 3-1-9. So credit to the Afghanistan bowlers as well.
Well, I reckon Santosh is a very on this surface, 300 plus scores. That's what Lakwarma wanted, and the toss 319 for 9, setting the target of 320. And half centuries from the skipper. And Priyan Chadha, top of the order. And that opening stand of 75 runs, setting the tone. Very card for India. Priyan Chadha 58, Piper got 38, another start, couldn't capitalize. Rutraj getting 30, but Tilak Varma top scorer, and Kumar Kusharga getting a half century in his first run here in Sri Lanka. And some valuable contributions from Vipraj Nigam. He got 30 of this 20 deliveries with 14 extras in the 50 overs. India managed to get 319. It's a very dominant score on a track like this here in Dabulla.
Bowlers are concerned. Faridin playing his first game, he got 2 for 74. He was on touch on the expensive side. Abdullah will be the pick of the bowlers, 2 for 62, and Safi 2 for 62, while Zahir picked 1 wicket. So Afghanistan here, they've conceded 14 extras, conceded 319 in their 50 overs. They've got a job to do. Rajiv, 320 will be their target. If they win this, they'll definitely qualify to this final.
India A losing the toss for the 4th time in this series, and the openers walking in, and Priyan Chadha striking well today, timed nicely, and well composed innings from him. I think he showed some aggression. Suryavanshi got the start once again in this series, but couldn't go for that bigger score, and he was dropped once, and there was a close call again, and but with the fortunes he couldn't go for it, and got some sixes as well. But Priyan Chadha kept going nicely. This was the first wicket by Suryavanshi. He should be disappointed once again getting that start. Couldn't go for it, and Priyan Chadha kept going nicely, and this was the way he got his half century. Great knock from him. And Rutraj Gaikwad had a very good run here in this series so far. 234 runs, and then that was Kian Sharia, and Gaikwad kept going. But yeah, this was what happened for him. Caught on the leg side. This was the great partnership. 104 run stand for the fourth wicket between Tilak Verma and Kumar Kusharka. This set the tone. Because they needed a partnership. Plenty of overs remaining, and this was the wicket of Kumar Kusharka, second one of Faraldin. But Tilak Verma kept on going nicely, and this was the dismissal of Shedgate. First wicket for Zahir Khan in the series, and Tilak Verma got out at the wrong time, I would say, for him as well. Third half century for him in 4 innings, but Vipraj Nikam had some boundaries, 4 boundaries for him, and this was his dismissal in the penalty match over. And Anupal Roy coming in, getting a boundary in his first ball, and then this was the 9th wicket to fall. I would say the 8th wicket to fall. Run out, couple of runouts for Afghanistan. They've been in and out in the field, dropped some catches, but this was the last one. And Nishant Sindhu managed to get 20 runs without a boundary. Target in this all-important game for Afghanistan, 320 runs of 300 deliveries. So we'll take a break and we'll be back with the run chase.
भैया जा
अरे ना ठंडे ठंडे कर रही थी